Hello everyone, we made it to the end of another great class. I won't lie, at the beginning of this session, I didn't know how I was going to make it between advanced business law and managerial accounting. Didn't know how I was going to get through. Now that we're done, it went by so fast and it wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. Thanks to all my fellow classmates and our in-depth discussion posts. Our project encompassed the following course outcomes. Describe the legal relationship between landlords and tenants, including their respective rights and duties. We covered this one in depth in our project regarding the lease agreement and what all needed to be involved in order to protect ourselves in the event things would happen with the building, for security, what our responsibilities were as far as maintenance and air conditioning and that sort of thing. Summarize the different forms of business organizations and compare and contrast the advantages and disadvantages of each. This was pretty much the first piece of our project. We had to decide whether we were going to be a sole proprietorship, partnership, corporation, limited liability. I chose limited liability. I wanted to protect myself and my family from not only the business expense, but keep my personal assets separate. Demonstrate when and how to apply bankruptcy rules to practical business solutions. Unfortunately for us, we not only started a successful business, but had to see it through to the end when we went bankrupt. To remain successful to a poor decision making, we were forced to review our bankruptcy options and determine which solution was the best in our situation. Predict the potential legal complications tied to agency and employment, then formulate and execute alternative plans accordingly. Due to our poor judgment in hiring a manager that we thought we could trust, we found out the hard way the legal complications involved in an agency relationship. When the manager we hired ordered supplies, stole from us, leaving us on the hook for the fallout with the suppliers. We had an agency relationship with that manager, and therefore we were stuck with all the expenses and things that she caused by leaving. Assess all the legal ethical consequences prior to decision making to ensure that all accounting laws and regulations are followed. Again, we found this one out the hard way when we found the tax returns had been misrepresented and thought all of the sales receipts had been recorded. We could have ignored the problem, waited for the IRS to find out and penalize us hard. However, that wasn't the best option in this case. Coming clean with the IRS and making a plan to fix the solution and amend the tax return was the best option. Overall, I feel that our project met all of the institutional outcomes by making us think about all the steps necessary to open a business, plan for its future successes and future failures, and utilize everything that we learn each week in each lesson. The workplace capabilities that I feel relate to this project the most. Perseverance, by definition, means persistence in doing something despite difficulty in achieving success. This was a lengthy project that at times I will admit I didn't want to do after a long day at the office. I made a commitment to myself to complete this bachelor's degree to the best of my ability. I feel that it's important in the workplace as well when you commit to something that you see it through to the end, no matter how difficult the task is. Persuasion in business is a process aimed at changing a person's attitude or behavior towards some event, idea, object, or other person by using written, spoken, or visual tools to convey information, feelings, or reasons. I feel our project did just that. We wrote our papers with the idea of persuading our instructor and classmates that our way of doing business was the right way. In business, this can be important when trying to get a coworker to see things from your perspective. Communication. Communication in the workplace is a must. It's the big one. When you think about it, we communicate in so many ways today via email, text message, phone calls, video conferencing. You need to be careful what you say, who you say it to, and how you say it. I've seen so many cases that a poorly worded email cause major conflicts and confusion and hurt feelings among staff. When communicating with others, especially via email, it is important to think about who you're writing to. Make it as clear as possible. Leave an option to ask if they have questions. Problem solving is the last workplace capability that I wanted to touch on. This project put our problem solving skills to the test. We first had to determine what type of business we would start, what format to set it up in, and then deal with the tax and legal troubles caused by a dishonest employee. If I feel that this capability is also crucial in the workplace. Most managers don't have time to micromanage you, oversee, and expect you to know how to do the basic problem solving depending on the size of the issue. They trust you to make a decision on the small things, and when they need to be involved, you come up with the solution to the problem and then present your options to the manager so that they can make the final decision and address the problem as it comes up. I feel that this makes you become a valuable member of the team. I'd like to thank you all for taking the time to watch me in this video reflection on our portfolio project, and I wish you all well in the future. Thank you.